Your supplier is now becoming your competitor, and that's the change that's happening here in China.
The factories here are starting to figure out how to reach customers in the West directly. The people who used to just make the products are now coming for the people who sell them. So I've come to one of the world's biggest sourcing fairs to see exactly what's happening on the ground, what's coming out of China that no one's talking about, and what it really takes to build a business that survives it. Because this shift is the entire reason I'm structuring my business in China the way I am. And look, today's bigger than a fair. After 6 weeks of living out of a suitcase, no base, no real footing, I finally get a place to call home here in Hong Kong. This journey is just getting started.
So we're going to start at the AI and robotics part. It's all about like seeing what's working, what's trending, what's coming out of China. Because like everyone talks about China as like the innovation hub. I guess people talk about America too as innovation. It is, but there's all this stuff coming out of China that no one really talks about. You have to be here on the ground to really understand. Because you know, like China's had the DeepSeek model that completely blew everyone out of the water because they could develop what OpenAI spent billions of dollars developing with literally a couple of $1 million. And so not only are these guys on the cutting edge, but they're doing everything for so much cheaper. And so being able to import products out of China that are, again, more cutting edge, they're cheaper to build, cheaper to produce, and then being able to bring them into the West, especially AI-related products, is like where I think some of the opportunity is. So we're gonna start there and we're gonna go see what we can find. So what, it's an open claw companion. Very interesting. Bro, if this actually works, this could be crazy. What's the weather in Hong Kong over the next couple of days? All right, so it told us the weather. It can do some basic things. Good luck at global sources. It knows we're here. Would you set it up on the computer first and then it syncs to the device?
No, it's just already downloaded there.
Yeah, nice. And what's your goal of being here at the fair?
Just introduce it to people. It's like so new.
Yeah,
so
fair.
why not go to Canton Fair? And they're like, well, it's kind of more low-tech, low-end buyers there, so they want all the high-tech people from Hong Kong and Asia to come look at it first.
Yep.
That's their goal, is to get it like the robotics crowd, the AI crowd.
Yeah.
And don't always come out to Canton Fair people yet.
Okay, makes sense. So they'd say global sources is more high-tech than Canton Fair. And yeah, very interesting. Everyone's talking about OpenClaw at the moment, but I've never seen a physical representation of it as a device. And the guy there was saying that he apparently you don't even need a desktop version to connect it to your. I thought you have to like get a Mac Mini and like load it up, and that's what everyone's talking about. But no, it literally runs natively on the device. And when you buy that for $249 US, super cheap, you can then connect it to your emails and everything else. And so it's got all the information. And so when you're walking around, you're like, oh, schedule me a meeting or whatever. It's got the ability to do that. I'm always thinking about like, what's the opportunity? So for you guys, there was a guy in the corner there who was looking to be like the distributor for some random country in Europe. And so when you're walking around this, there's so much opportunity to say, oh, thinking about like, could you become a distributor for one of these products in your country? Which means that you get a ready-made product with some like ready-made software that comes with it, and they will probably in some cases do all the shipping and logistics for you. All you've got to do is sell. It's cool thinking about this sort of stuff and just the amount of opportunity that's here. And again, you only get that by being on the ground. And the guy was saying the global sources here in Hong Kong, way more high tech than the Canton Fair. Canton Fair is like good for just generic normal products, and there's tons and tons of suppliers all selling the same stuff. Whereas here, you've got your intelligent glasses, you've got keyboards, magnets, all that sort of stuff. So stuff you could actually like sell online properly. You've got iPads, digital products, you've got AI, robotics experience center. You've got some random creepy looking robots there. You've got like a really good range of products that, again, I actually haven't seen at a fair before, because my experience for the last couple of years has just been Canton Fair. And it's very much more traditional China. This feels very, very Western, being here in Hong Kong. And so it's a nice change of pace. So what is this?
This is our AR glass, and
Okay.
this
All right, so we put the glasses on.
Okay.
I'll tell you if this is a product worth importing to Australia or America. That's Accelerate, yeah. Oh shit, yeah. The more minutes I drive this thing, the better the glasses actually seem. Because it seemed like a bit of a gimmick. But I'd like to know after an hour whether it still feels the same. I mean, you think about how far VR glasses have come. This is pretty good. Definitely better than a full headset, because the glasses are very light. And especially if they plug in, you have to recharge them, then it's probably a really good thing. Nice. There we go. Thank you very much. That's very good. I like it. Yeah, the glasses are actually quite good. Jack, nice to meet you. So do you sell these to the US and Australia?
Yeah, Australia, mainly in Amazon.
Perfect.
Okay,
Great, nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Very cool product. Hope you sell lots in America. Yeah, super interesting. What I love about that is he mentioned that they are selling directly to the customer in America. Now, I got this theory that a lot of these manufacturers here at trade shows, or in China generally, are going to go directly to the consumer. Because you think about the middleman that's kind of like me, kind of like a lot of you guys watching this. You're setting up your e-commerce stores, you're running your brands, you are middlemen. And you kind of understand that the China guys, the actual guys producing the products, could end up going directly to the end consumer. And we're already seeing that with companies like Quince. Quince is a massive retail brand. They do about $5 billion a year in sales. They're all about going direct to factory. It's why we've invested so heavily into a direct to factory building supply company. And so we're going direct to factory for building supplies. And so I reckon you look at any one of these categories, the Chinese factory is getting smarter. They're figuring out how they can reach the end consumer, because obviously that means they can make more margin. They can make more money because they don't have to go through someone else. And the reason I think this hasn't happened so far is because consumers like brands. They like being able to go to a trusted Western brand, buy the product, know that everything's going to be okay, and have someone there who takes liability. But as Chinese factories get smarter, they're just going to go more and more to the end consumer and figure out ways to drive that trust with the Western consumer, which means what's the role of anyone else in the middle? So how do you combat this? Get smarter, come to China, start building relationships with these factories, figure out how you can create like win-win dynamics. E.g., like you start advertising products on behalf of a factory. And so you build a real partnership with that factory as you're looking to build your brand versus just like randomly drop shipping products or building brands with no real equity value. Going above and beyond to be here on the ground in China, doing the things that no one else is willing to do. It means the factory doesn't have to go figure out marketing and Western trust and consumerism. That's what you do. But you aren't just being like that static middle guy that's just taking all of their profit that they know they can get if they start selling their products directly to that end customer. Yeah, so a smart mattress.
Yeah,
So why is it smart?
because we have the vibration units inside the mattress.
Okay.
So when you lay down, you can feel like massage the vibration and
Okay.
can release your muscle pressure.
Does it connect to your phone?
Yeah, it can give you the sleeping data, the reports for your.
Oh, nice. So it's like we have a 8 Sleep in the US, which is a very popular product.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. So we go for a sleep.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much.
you.
Nice to meet you guys. Very interesting. They want like $5,000 US for that, which I think is a bit extreme and premium. But you can kind of get a sense for like, as you walk around, some of the products are innovative, but then some of them are just standard stuff that's actually quite good. You could probably build a business out of. Like you see here, we've got kind of like these GoPro mounts and clips, which again, this is nothing new. But again, when you're trying to build a business, you shouldn't really always be trying to build a new market. You should just be looking at stuff that's already selling. And so you say, well, what if you could get a bunch of influencers to go and start posting clips with a new mount? And so when you're at these fairs, it's all about just like trying to find the market opportunity and trying to figure out like, how could you take a product that exists here, brand it slightly differently. And again, like a lot of these suppliers probably do low MOQs, which is minimum order quantity. And so if that's the case, you could only buy like 100. And if the unit price for one of these is probably like, $1 or $2 US, that's only a couple of $100 investment to start a brand. And if you're able to start a brand, test it in your local market, see if customers are actually going to buy it from you. So you start running Facebook ads, you set up your Shopify site, whatever, you use TikTok Shop. That's when you can come in and go, all right, well, we can place an order for 1,000 or 10,000. And that's when your price can go from $1 or $2 down to like, probably less than $1 because now you're buying in volume. But as you understand, like the first step is being at these fairs and actually like walking around and getting the inspiration. That's why like being here on the ground is so important. Let's go see what else we can find. Oh, what do we got here? Creepy robot. What's it do?
This one's elderly robot.
All right, so it can remind an old person to take their medicine. It can ask them if they're okay and they're happy. Sounds like it's like an old person companion robot. I'm very sick today.
It sounds like you're feeling a bit unwell, dear. Xiaolun is here with you. Would you like to rest or talk about how you're feeling?
Awesome. Well, lovely to meet you, dude. Very nice. You're very, very switched on. Super interesting product. So he was talking about the biggest issue is they'll still go through a distributor in like Australia and the US because, for example, if it calls here, it's going to use WeChat. And if you're in Australia, we don't use WeChat, so we maybe have to API it into WhatsApp. Obviously, the doctors here are different to our doctors, and so you have to find a way to direct link into our doctors, and how would you call them, and how would you get a phone line set up, etc. So there's lots of complexities selling in different markets that you see these factories here, they're going, it's just like, it's too hard. And so the opportunity, again, is to be here and it's going to partner with one of these guys, and if you believe in their product and you go, I reckon there's an opportunity to sell it, like he was saying, they'll actually code and they'll help develop the software behind the scenes to make it work in that country for as long as you're willing to do the work on the ground to help sell it. As we talk to more of these factories, especially these ones that have like spun out their own brands, my big question is how do they drive trust with the like Western consumer? And the answer is platforms like Amazon. So marketplaces have the trust already. When you go buy through Amazon, you don't really look at like the overarching brand. If you're buying like a power bank or something, you're looking at, all right, well, what is the product? Does it look good? Does it have customer reviews? That's really what consumers are paying attention to, not the brand itself. So I find what a lot of these guys are doing and how they're winning is they're selling through marketplaces. Now, how is that relevant to you? You always want to be thinking about what is your right to win in your competitive advantage? And if your plan was just to come to China, rip a couple of products from China, start selling them on Amazon with no real point of difference, you gotta ask yourself, like, why could the factory not just sell? Why could the factory not just do what you're doing? And you gotta start thinking that way because these guys here, man, they are smart. They are cutting edge, they are forward thinking, and they're always looking to make more money. So, just be aware of that when you are thinking of buying from China, because if you can't do something that the factory cannot do, then they will beat you and they will win. Your supplier is now becoming your competitor, and that's the change that's happening here in China.
That's a real threat to what I'm building. My business Bloomfield imports tiles, factory direct from China into Australia. Technically, that makes me the middleman getting cut out. And look, eventually we want to sell all building materials online direct to the end consumer. But right now there's factories, exporters, wholesalers, distributors, retailers that are all taking their margin and the customer ultimately pays for it. We're going to cut that chain out. We're going to pay the factory more so the customer then pays less. And our advantage was never making a tile. It's really just about deeply understanding a customer on the other side of the world. It's about being on the ground and answering for the product, once it's laid. And look, I don't believe you win by being a cheaper middleman because it's a race to the bottom. You win by being the thing a factory can't be and building a relationship where they win too. That's the bet.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, Jack.
Jack.
Nice to meet you.
William.
Jack, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You own this?
We manufacture machines.
Okay.
And also provide the films, also provide the case.
Oh, right, okay. And so how does it work? Someone would pay you a full price and they buy the machine in, and then they buy the ink and stuff from you every month, or how does that work?
Something like this. For example, each ink may be 2,000 copies, and once it's finished, I can sell this ink to them or sell this material to them.
Yeah, it's a good business.
Yeah.
That you can keep selling.
Like this.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's the same with the phone case as well? Same kind of model?
Yeah. Also the same.
Yeah, right, okay. I'll have a look. So they got a third product here, which is a phone screen protector. Again, you could also put this in any mall if you wanted to start making some money. All right, so Apple, 17, yeah, Pro. Oh, wow. Oh, geez, okay.
Okay.
So put my phone in. Oh, the auto.
Robotic arm.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It takes 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You can also customize your eggs.
Oh, so you can put ads on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
And apply it automatically inside.
Yeah, so what's it doing? It's cleaning it now,
Yeah.
putting the film on.
You can see.
All right. So how much is this for someone to buy in Australia? Big machine.
For the machine, right?
Yeah.
$9,300 US.
$9,300 US. Okay.
US dollars.
And is that a similar price for all the machines, or they're some more
It's
expensive?
a little bit cheaper.
Okay.
It's the cheapest.
Cheapest is nails.
Yeah, nails.
Ah, why is nails cheaper?
Because the inside is simple.
Less complex.
It's your phone.
Oh wow.
Your phone. Remove.
Hey Byron, so here you can actually see my phone. There you go. Here, watch it go in. And then it puts it on the phone perfectly. That's incredible.
How do you like it?
Oh wow, no way. Oh, it actually looks really good.
Yeah, fantastic, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's very good. So you see here, and it's hard. Like these are, you say the bubbles usually you'd get
Yeah.
but there's no bubbles.
No bubbles, sure.
And it feels good too.
Sure.
Very good product. It's well done.
Sure,
I'm actually surprised. I thought it was gonna have bubbles and look like crap. Oh, maybe we'll try this one. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're gonna try the phone case machine. What image should we do? Let's have a look. That's my brother, my Didi. How many cases did you say until you have to refill the ink?
About 1,000. You can see.
Looks like very good quality.
High quality printer and also the high quality ink.
Yeah. So it won't come off. Very nice. This is my little brother. I got a little brother phone case. Very cool. What took 3 minutes to print and super efficient. So yeah, you can put this in malls, different types of shopping centers, gyms, anywhere, I guess. Awesome, mate. Nice to meet you. Pleasure. Hey, thank you very much. You're very good.
Have fun.
I will. Yeah, we will keep going. It's myself and Nick, my little brother. I'm seeing this sort of stuff pop up more at malls, gyms, restaurants, whatever. Like there's these like vending machine opportunities that people are really leaning into. And I think if you find the right place to obviously put these, sometimes it's hard because you've got to negotiate deals with different shopping centers because they rent the space out. But if you're able to get good deals with landlords and kind of see where you could put some of these machines, you could just buy one and try it. Like that machine there said it was about $5,000 US. And so if you just spend $5,000 US, you buy one, see if you can make it into something. And if you start making some sales and it turns into be something that's profitable, then like, why would you not? Buy 2, buy 3, buy 4, buy 5. And even 2, like if you turned it into, I should see this now. You could probably turn this into a real business where you could buy these in from China and then you could sell them to other people that then go and then figure out the locations and stuff. So it's about like selling the shovels versus being the guy like having to dig for gold. It's always better to sell the shovel, always better, and have someone else to go dig the gold. So that could be another opportunity. But again, it's about figuring out how to arbitrage, figuring out how to be the middleman, figuring out how to like create the opportunities. And when you're around here at these fairs, you're just like looking at these things going, I reckon there's money in that. And this is where the inspiration and the ideas start. And then that's where the $1 million business hopefully gets turned into. That fair was actually better than I thought it was going to be, Global Sources. It is nice to actually go to something that is different and is unique. I go to Canton Fair all the time and it's literally the same stuff over and over and over again. And whilst that's fine, it's nice to come to a fair like Global Sources here in Hong Kong that actually has some sort of innovation, thinking about what products are working and trending in China and how you can take those products from China and go and sell them in the West and kind of like outcompete everyone else. So now we are off to something that I've been looking forward to for the last couple of weeks. Yeah, now it's like a next chapter and a next start of kind of my journey here in Hong Kong. So let's jump in the Uber and we'll show you what I'm talking about.
Into my old ways again. Back into my old ways again. Back into my old ways again.
All right, so we're here in Hong Kong and I just got the keys to my new Hong Kong apartment. Is this the first time I've seen this place? No. So I'd be lying and be like, oh wow, this place is so sick, I can't believe it. I've seen it a few times now, but today is like move-in day where I get the keys and the place officially becomes mine. This, by Hong Kong standards, you check the view out, is like incredibly deluxe, if anyone knows Hong Kong. So you come check the view. So that's crazy, crazy, crazy good. You've got like all of Central down there, there's Hong Kong Harbour. And so when I think about like what type of apartment I wanted to live in when I was shopping for these places in Hong Kong, I wanted something that was inspiring. And anyone who knows that, you know, when you work in your apartment all day, or when you're trying to build something special, and you want to be in the right location where you can get up in the morning, look out and be like, yeah, this is like the place and this is where I want to be. This view here feels like that. And when I was in New York, it was the same thing. I had much less money then, and so the place was like nowhere near as nice. But it's a different experience, but I cared about the same things. And so, like when I look out here, I look at each one of these buildings, and it's like a really great reminder that someone had to have the vision and foresight to build that, and that, and that, and that. And we think about what I'm building here in Hong Kong, which is our like direct to factory construction supply business. It's like all about selling building supplies online and doing it for the cheapest possible price. I can only be here in Hong Kong building that business. And I think about the complexity of that, and it's really not that hard compared to like the skyline and what these guys here in China have been able to achieve. So it kind of puts it into perspective. But yeah, man, I'm like, it just feels good because I've been 6-ish weeks now in Hong Kong and I haven't had a place to call home. I've literally been like apartment surfing, and you know, sometimes it like genuinely feels hard because you're in an apartment, you don't really have a place to call home. You're in the pits trying to build a business, trying to make decisions, trying to like just make it work. And when you're also trying to navigate some foreign property market, when like to get this place here, I had to like get a custom, it's called a chop stamp, and literally like prove that I was someone important enough that they should give this apartment to. And when I walked in here before and I told them that I was 24, they were like, oh. like it was like well, why did we rent this guy this apartment? And so yeah, it just feels special. It feels different. I'll show you the other rooms here if you come. I've got a bathroom, an office area probably, another bedroom here, my bathroom, and yeah, I think the light is out. So anyway. Broken already, and this is my main bedroom. So you see, you wake up in the morning, so you're like down here, having a sleep, and then you get up, all inspired, because you can see this view. And yeah, we're talking about where to put the bed. I think we'll put the bed here. We have no furniture, by the way, and so that's why this is all barren. So I can't even stay here tonight. Furniture's like the next priority. I've been like slightly busy. So yeah, you got the view down here, which is pretty nuts. But yeah, man, I'm excited because this is like a place to call home. Place that I can host my family when they come over and they visit. A place that hopefully Byron as well can come hang out in, and we can make more incredible videos like this and do some more documenting together. But yeah, it's cool. It's like a place to call home. Anyway, I've got a friend of mine, Daniel, coming over to check the place out, and hopefully he's been in Hong Kong for years now, so hopefully he likes it. If he calls it crap, then I've probably got the wrong one. So yeah, hopefully he likes it. But yeah, being here is a start of something special, and actually getting a place here feels real. Having a place to call my own, run our business from, and kind of like be the hub here in Hong Kong for what we're building. Yeah, it puts a smile on my face. It's exciting. It's really exciting. As I move into more apartments throughout my life, and like the first apartment you move into is never as exciting as the second, and the second, the third, it just gets like, everything kind of becomes the same. This here feels different. Like it actually feels different. And like Byron, you asked me before, am I excited when we're sitting downstairs in the lobby? And to be honest, the answer was no. But it wasn't until 5 minutes beforehand when I realized that this is real and this is like actually happening. And I'm here on the other side of the world in a foreign country called Hong Kong, China. And yeah, there's like no out now. This is a 2-year lease. So yeah, we're gonna make it work, and it's official, baby.
6 weeks ago, I got on a plane with no apartment, no team here, no real plan. Just a belief that what I'm building is worth uprooting my entire life for.
Choice. Set up out again. He's in a movie. No, just say hi to first. Alright. I copied you.
And in 6 weeks, this has gone from an idea to something real. The suppliers, the factories, the people, the groundwork. Look, it's all starting to come together. And getting a home here is the proof of that. It's the moment this went from me flying in and out, testing if this could work, to me actually living here, all in, building it for real. And if I'm honest, I'm only now starting to feel the weight of what I'm actually trying to do. This isn't just another side project. It's not just another business. I'm trying to take on an entire industry. And most people who hear that tell me it's insane, that it won't work, or that, I'm just another Westerner who found Alibaba. And some days, I actually do wonder if they're right. But I just signed 2 years of my life to this. There is no version of where I go home, and it was easy. There's an extremely challenging road ahead of me, and I'm going all in. Because somewhere in the last 6 weeks, this stopped being a gamble. And this became the thing that I'm willing to give everything for. And man, this is just the beginning.